What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we have a nice treat for you, boys and girls. This is going to be probably one of the most anticipated videos I've had in a week or so, and this is one of our guildmates accounts with the Mihm. So Cosmo Boxer with the Mihm action here. Yes, we've got this hero at Origin 3. Mihm is a hero that used to be cheesed with in PvP an absolute ton. Why? Because whenever a hero on the battlefield dies, you deal damage against all enemies per round. Now, you usually want to pair this hero up with heroes that can revive and do special things like that, like carries. Is kind of a cool strategy. I didn't even realize there's Horus and Valentino on this account too, which is just absolutely insane. Like, what is this account? What is this? I love it though. Lord of Death Azrael too is really good with the synergy. So what we're gonna show off to really highlight this hero, using a melodic strings as well, is Trial of the Champions. So essentially what this team is a good team as long as the enemy does not have Mystic Fairy Freya. I've been told if you see a team with Mystic Fairy Freya, you avoid it like the plague. Now, there's a couple different strategies we can do. Let's go against some easier teams first, just so you guys can see exactly how we set this up. So essentially how we want to run this team. We're not even going to use a lot of the traditional heroes you see on this account. There's going to be a few of them we're going to want to add in here, and oddly enough, Annabelle is another great addition to this team from what I've seen. You run Annabelle here, you run a Queen right here for the damage boost. Of course, she's just gonna die. You're running the Andrea to heal on all of these death effects, and then you're just chucking in a ton of revive heroes, ones that are going to die very easily and quickly, other ones that are going to survive just a little bit longer, and a bunch of carries. Like literally just a bunch of carries. Also going surprisingly with Namian, which is not something I would have expected, but as you guys can see here, probably the one big upgrade this team could get is if Azrael also had his core. But this is a pretty interesting team for 91 million power. Like, it's not much, but you'll see the fireworks and the explosions going off here in a second. The enemy team just goes, surprisingly not one-shotting us. Wow. We do of course need our team to have heroes starting to die off, and then you see all the havoc that ends up ensuing. I do think the Andrea is probably a very important part of this mix to give that healing to the Mihm so he doesn't just die off too early on. But as you guys can see, these heroes are dying, and the end of round damage and everything also becomes insane. Now, as you guys can see, it's not a foolproof plan, and it doesn't always work out because sometimes, honestly, if this account had 2 Mims, I think it would be absolutely decimating PvP. But the Azrael on death damage too is very significant, and the fact that you have so many revive heroes in tandem with him, and you have the Andrea that's constantly healing everybody when allies die, even when the Mihm does go down, I mean, you're still getting those double W's, which is pretty amazing. Now, honestly, adding even like an Asmodel the Dauntless to this account would be pretty sweet. Let's try hitting up in power, but let's dodge the Mystic Fairy Freya because we don't want to fight the Mystic Fairy Freyas if possible. This is something, it's a weird situation, but this is a much more powerful team. There is a lower tier Mystic Fairy Freya. We'll give it a try. It might not work that good, but it's worth a shot at the very least. This is actually really good, but they have a lot more power. You gotta realize how much more power this enemy team has right here. But you can see it's still wiping out full Transcendence teams. Now, the problem here is if only we could get a little more power. The Annabelle is convenient for turning a lot of the enemy damage into healing as well. I just don't know if we're going to have the finishing power. Even like going up against a Vesa makes it very difficult. Elena makes it very difficult. But the fact that we do have Azrael and other revive heroes does mean it's harder for them to take us out in one shot. But you can see here, honestly, it might have been partly that Mystic Fairy Freya, which is difficult because a lot of the enemies in the game right now are going to have a Mystic Fairy Freya. But you got to realize how low our power level is, and this Mihm is just putting in work. I wish I could show you like the damage reports on this. And I kind of forgot I need to put him in the front row against this team. So anytime there is a Star Swordsman Mockman, you need to put the Mim in the front row. Otherwise, you're just out of luck. Like, just completely out of luck here. It's so weird how this team just keeps reviving, though. So that one there was a mistake. If there is a Mystic, or if there is a Star Swordsman Mockman in the lineup, you need to put him in the front row. Otherwise, you get annihilated. We'll try to hit up again right here. But this time we have to switch it around. So literally the only difference is you do this right here, essentially. The rest of your team pretty much stays the same. But you want to make sure that Mim is not getting hit by the Star Swordsman Mockman. You want all those other heroes. Okay, I guess when it's X level 100 Mockman, it's a little different. Because sadly that means none of the Mim attacks actually get damage. Well, it's kind of annoying. Let's find people in our power range or higher. Let's see, or equal. Let's see what we can find. If we can find any other good teams to kind of go up against here and just show you guys the destruction. Maybe Adele's team. They only have one lineup, and if they only have one lineup, that means they're probably gonna die pretty easily here. My guess. Look at that damage. Instantly, everybody's procced, way low HP. Everybody's just keeling over. The question is, can the Azrael finish this off? I think he can, because we have tons of revives coming in too. But then again, it is a Lord of Fear Aspen. It's really strong. He has tons of healing. Oh my god, I don't know if he can do it. I don't think he can kill the Andrea, though, is the thing. So I think the end of round... Okay, he can. My goodness. I wish there was a damage report button for Trial of Champion. It's so annoying when it's you can't see what's actually happening here. This could be a good one right here. So let's switch the positioning up one more time. Go back into it. I'm surprised we're not using like a... like a Phoenix or something that gives additional holy damage. I'm surprised also we're not just running Mim tankier. Like a Mim with like a crown just so he doesn't die, I feel like is better than the additional damage dealt with a melodic strings. But maybe you need the melodic strings damage to actually get kills early on, because this is just textbook. This is what this team is made to do right here. Have all your allies die off. Andrea heal your Mim way back up with active abilities. And then in combination with Azrael, end of round damage, just pinging away and doing damage. And just melting the enemy team way down. Just like that. That is the textbook way. Let's do one more battle. Let's try to find someone again. So there's Mystic Fairy Freya. We kind of want to avoid it. Mystic Fairy Freya. Again, really want to avoid any team with a Freya. We could do against that one. Let's check the Penny team. No, there's Mystic Fairy Fairy. So let's go one more with this one and just show the nice old school power of a Mim. It kind of makes me want to build a Mim now. Or a few Mims. And see how they do in PvP with like the Azrael combo with like Asphodel the Dauntless and Andrea. Like, I'm thinking of some really cool team synergies here. And I could probably do it at just the cost of gems. Just look at this absolute destruction here. I love it. So that, boys and girls, is the Mim account that we wanted to highlight. It's only Origin 3 too. Can you imagine if we made multiple of these with like Origin, like actually X level 100? Like, it could be absolutely insane. But let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time with some more fun shenanigans.